All right, y'all looking at the thumbnail. Y'all see the title, and today we got something new. And this is coming from, what's name? Is it Derek? FDB? And this is the Scariest kid show. I saw the thumbnail, and I'm like, I believe that's on Church. So let's check them out, bro. Let's check them out.
So the other day I made a video talking about some shows I loved as a kid. And reminiscing on all those old shows that brought joy to me reminded me of one that brought fear to me. I know everything scared me as a kid, but this was different, okay? Because this show not only scared me, but it also scared millions. And that show was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Nah, the only episode that scared me when I watched this, it was the promo. It was that chicken, bro. That chicken scared me like crazy, bro. I'm talking about that little chicken from the outer space chicken, bro. That thing had me scared, bro. I'm just saying. And then I guess the other dude, yeah, I guess you can say the other dude want to say naughty, cause if you look back at it, he got some. He's kind of weird, bro. He's kind of you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Let's keep going.
If you never watched this show, what's wrong with you? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over
bro's even scared of his own shadow, bro. Come on now.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I'll be going over 3 of the scariest episodes from the show. And in the end, I'll go over the scariest Courage episode I've ever watched. So y'all know the drill. Grab your popcorn, get your stuffed animal, and try not to. First episode I'm starting with, The House of Discontent. I'm gonna let y'all know now, every time they play this episode, I just leave my living room. Straight up. This episode starts with us seeing my boy Courage and his family trying to plant a flower in the middle of the night. I ain't no gardener, but is that up?
Bro, bro. Like I said, I know it don't look like it, bro, but hey, gardening is very cool, bro. I said that in the only thing I react to when I react to Skull Lord. Bro, I'm cool with gardening. It's more like peace and, you know what I'm saying? It's peace and quiet, you know? But you gotta deal with like certain things or like certain little animals and stuff. But yeah, bro, gardening is very cool and like peace and quiet. I don't know, I guess I'm more into like peace and quiet stuff, so you know.
And since they live in the literal middle of nowhere, which is pretty much a desert, it don't want to grow. They even tried doing some seance to help, but nothing. And it ain't a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode without Eustace complaining. He starts saying he's done trying to plant stuff, that he's never trying again. I mean, how many times did y'all try for y'all to be doing these seances and blood sacrifices and stuff? We then cut back to the crib and we see Muriel doing dishes. You know, chilling, scrub-a-dub-dubbing, when she hears a voice telling her to get out. And Muriel thought it was just her age. She thought she was senile. But no, it was real. The kitchen drawers and utensils and food start going everywhere. Looked like it was a poltergeist in the crib. Even Eustace wasn't safe. Before he could hop in the bathroom wall started breaking down. Water going everywhere. Look at Eustace cry. What could have been caused?
Yeah, bro, Houston crying is crazy. Whoa, worrying and crying is crazy.
Causing this? Well, after they fall into the basement of the house, Courage, Eustace, and Muriel look up to see a giant floating head.
This right here didn't. Okay, let's see, cause the episode right here didn't really scare me, bro. Only one that scared me the most was the chicken, bro. The chicken was the scariest one to me, bro.
This is the spirit of the harvest moon, and he used to scare the boo-boo out of me as a kid. He always reminded me of an evil version of the floating head from Power Rangers.
Because Zadar.
And it actually scarred me. The dark eyes or lack of eyes, his glowing white skin, and there was something about his face being saggy that just threw me off. No joke, he's in my top 5 scariest spirits on TV, right below Cole from Avatar. That do terrify me. He's here to tell them to get the hell out. Get out! Why? Because Eustace doesn't respect the land they live on. Come on, now why we gotta punish everyone for one dude's mistake? That ain't fair. I used to hate when they did that in school. Off topic, but I remember back in high school, I was on the track team for like a month. And this one time we were running a 5.
Oh, bro, I used to do the track too, bro. I used to do the track team, bro. That boy with that, I did 200. I did the 200 meter thing and the 4x1. Bro, no one can touch you. I remember they used to wanna throw hands with her every time we win, bro. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Let me start yapping though. But let me just say this though, bro. When we won, I ain't gonna hold you. I ran on the bus and said, we won. I'm saying all that stuff.
5K, which was already horrible. That's like 3 miles. And when we finished, one of the captains told us we had to run it again. Because this one kid in the back was just running too slow. Man, we were all pissed at him. The kid felt really bad about it, like really bad. Even I feel bad looking back on it now because we jumped the out of him after practice. The spirit does give them a chance though. He tells them they can stay in their home if they manage to grow a plant. Okay, that's not that bad. By midnight. This is another one of those things that scare me.
By midnight. You know how long it takes for a plant to grow? It takes days, bro.
In this episode, they're expected to revive a dead plant by midnight, and it's 11:50. I'm
Damn.
like 8 years old watching this. My mind immediately goes to, what if this guy was in my crib? I don't know how to grow a plant in 10 minutes. I don't know how to grow a plant, period. Did I even know division yet? I knew if he spawned in my crib.
Bro, I used to love that, bro. Growing plants and stuff, bro. Plant was so. I need to start saying that, but bro, I used to love like plant, bro. I had a garden, I love flower, bro. Bro, I don't know, something about it, bro. It's just something about it, bro. Something about it, bro. Something about it.
It would have been rapture me. I mean, even these dudes barely made it out because Eustace was still refusing to even try to plant. So Courage does what he normally has to do and tries to save his family. And he was putting out all the stops on this plant, giving it light, serenading it, a blood transfusion. Nothing was working.
Bro, giving it everything.
Give it mouth to mouth. Courage tries to run inside and use a leaking valve for water, but Baldy over here was practically melting their house, so the water turned into sand. But Courage had one more idea. He takes advantage of the heat and uses Eustace's sweat to water the plant, and it works. The plant grows. Eustace takes all the credit for it, but the spirit was satisfied. See, this one wasn't that bad because it had a good ending, but I can't say the same for the rest of them. Next one is,
yeah, this one, the one that say naughty. He ain't weird on that. I mean, he's weird, bro. He's just like couldn't like. Bro, like, cause when he would start shaving the dog Courage, bro, I was feeling kind of sorry for Courage, bro. I'm like, Courage ain't even got no revenge for that, right? That's the part I couldn't like. It's so much behind this though.
just off the name alone, you know it's gonna be something weird. Now, this episode didn't really make me run away from my TV or anything like the last one, but it left me feeling uneasy, unsettled. This one starts with some creepy narration on the bus by this shadowy figure talking about how naughty he is.
Naughty, bro. Like one thing, like it was so
This dude is Fred, Muriel's nephew, and I already know I'm gonna get jokes, but he really makes me grateful for my niece and nephew. Cause this dude is weird. According to Eustace, he's a freak. Not that kind. Eustace says he's a freaky guy who owns a freaky barbershop where he does who knows what, but it's probably freaky. And Eustace was something we could finally agree on, says he doesn't want that freak anywhere near his home. Yeah, I don't blame you. Cause when we finally see how this dude looks, oh my goodness! Y'all know me, I hate to judge off appearances. Even in this show, they taught us not to judge a book by its cover. Remember that one episode with the super ugly hunchback dude? He was chopped, but he was cool people. But this dude, he may not have the hunchback, he got that mad scientist hair.
And that smile. And then that the narrator be saying naughty.
Lanky slender arms. Are his eyes green? And then the worst thing off his appearance was his smile. Oh my goodness. Every time he saw someone, especially Courage,
the smile.
Why are you looking at Courage like that?
Bro.
He always revealed those janky teeth. I mean, no surprise there. They said he's British. But come on, bro. Looks like you be chewing on cinder blocks and smoking cigarettes for a living. Big ass smile too, looking like he swallowed a whole watermelon slice. But his smile wasn't the only thing that was off about him. We also know he's a barber, and there ain't nothing inherently wrong with being a barber. You know, there's different passions in the world. Some people like making art, making music.
Okay, I did want to be like doing barber, cutting hair and stuff. Cutting my own, bro.
Music, making food. I mean, bro, I come from a race of people who can be three things: a baseball player, a deadbeat father, or a barber. So it's perfectly fine with me if someone likes cutting hair. But Fred, he really likes cutting hair to the point where it seems like it's some sort of fetish or kink for him. I'm not even joking either. I understood this as a kid watching this. They played that creepy, cheerful music.
Oh yeah, that song in the background too, bro. Naughty.
Music when he was fantasizing or reminiscing on cutting hair. During his flashbacks, you would see him get all geeked to see hair. Like, bro, he's sweating from excitement. You know how excited you gotta be for it to make you nervous? This ain't regular. And once I heard him say that line about how he gets in a certain mood, I knew what kind of stuff he was on.
Naughty.
That episode ends with Fred getting arrested after Courage gets trapped in the bathroom with him of all places. Trapped in the bathroom with a random relative? Not a vibe. And he shaves off all of Courage's hair, leaving a message on Courage's butt with love, Fred. Yeah, this dude is a freak.
See, at the same time, like he couldn't. Courage ain't even got no Courage. Well, at the same time, Courage couldn't really do nothing because that her brother. So at the same time, you know. But dang, I was like that the only episode. Like dang, I wish Courage could could have got something out of it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is, bro. He just, you know, I can't. I guess, you know, he just need help. Keep him ISO.
But floating white heads and freaky dudes named Fred have nothing on the last one I'm about to go over. This one. This is the one that made me and everyone else who watched this show growing up have nightmares. Like, I don't remember the first time I peed myself, but I do remember the last time, and it was when I watched this episode. Last week. This episode starts different than the other two. It opens up and we're in the middle of a police chase. You know how desperate or bored them cops gotta be to chase someone into the middle of nowhere? There could be someone getting robbed in your city right now, looking like some NYC MTA cops. Priorities all the way messed up. The people or animals, I should say, being chased are these two cats. Y'all always putting cats in the stuff, trying to send shots. And why are they being chased? Well, apparently the cops from earlier had a right to be this desperate, because these two stole a precious artifact. And this thing must have been very precious, because one of the cats gets the bright idea to bury it out of fear of being caught with it. I don't really see the point in this. Like, was it weighing y'all down? You're in a car. That freaking 2-foot hat you got on looks like it'll weigh you down more. But whatever this thing they were burying was, it must have had some bad juju on it or something. Because the second these two cats get back in the car and are about to take off, the road becomes foggy. A mysterious figure appears, and they get packed up. Yeah, some bugs spawned in, surrounded their car, and they were gone. Like, who's responsible for this? Shino? Conveniently though, where these two cats, RIP, buried this artifact was right across the street from Courage's crib, where we see the next morning, Courage digs it up. See?
So Courage really would see, at the same time, Courage was looking outside. Courage was looking like he was probably right here or down here. Most likely, I'm gonna say he was like right here looking as they were burying it. Yeah.
This is why I'm be feeling bad for Courage at some point. He been through too much to still be doing all this curiosity stuff. He brings a thing he dug up back to Eustace and Muriel, and we all know Eustace's miserable self never liked anything new in his life, so he immediately throws it out. But while Long Chin Eustace is complaining about Courage, you stupid dog, the news comes on the TV talking about this priceless artifact that was stolen by these two criminals. I'm sorry, I know this is off topic, but what's up with all these dudes having the syndrome chin? Turns out though, the artifact that these dudes stole was not trash like Eustace said. It was actually priceless, worth millions. And Eustace may be a miserable old man, but he truly is a paper chaser. Cause the second you heard moolah, bread, money was involved, he went and retrieved it. But this was a mistake because Eustace
it's cursed.
Wanting to keep the slab was triggering something in it, something dark. Luckily though, this ginger mustache fellow comes by to retrieve the slab and stop this potential thing from being triggered. And you know Courage was in full agreement. He started hitting his Eustace starts asking the dude how much bread he's trying to offer for the slab, and unfortunately for Courage, this dude wasn't offering any money, just a tote bag. Like, what the, do I look like a Midtown Manhattan girl?
I'm telling you, bro, you gotta, hey yo, I found it, bro. You gotta cop up something, you know what I'm saying? Curse or not, bro, you gotta give me something.
Eustace declines, but I would have taken that tote bag a million times over what came next. Because later that night, while Eustace is rocking back and forth imagining all the things he'd buy with the money, they hear the door rattling. Eustace goes outside to check what's going on, and this moment right here is what traumatized me, you, your brother, your mama, and anyone else who watched this show. Eustace goes to check what's happening and sees this thing, this 3D 4K.
See, the thing about this is it didn't really scare me. I just didn't care for it. It just, it just wasn't, like whatever. I just found it like whatever. The only thing that got me was like his voice. But other than that, bro, it just not it. It didn't scare me.
Resolution.
It didn't scare me like the chicken, bro. I'm talking about that first episode or like the promo or whatever, bro. That chicken scared me, bro. I was so scared to go in the hallway to go to the bathroom, bro. I had to yell and like, all right, I'm coming in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It scared me right there. Now that's scary, bro. And I'm that scared me right there.
3 strands of hair having mummy. Yo, I can't explain to y'all how unsettling it was watching this as a kid. I mean, look at his chin. Mind you, this was playing the latest, like 5 p.m. But it still terrified me so much I'd have to cover my eyes. I don't know if it was his voice, the whole turn the slide The way he was moving his body, pause, or both. But this dude was too much. He tells Eustace if he doesn't return the slab, he will be cursed.
What's your offer?
And visited by 3 plagues, each getting worse than the last. Oh my goodness, just give me the heebie-jeebies remembering it. But Eustace don't care about that. He then starts asking the mummy how much he gonna pay for the slab. And the mummy straight up ignores Eustace asking that, which y'all know what that means. Broke boy, you ain't nothing but a broke boy, boy. Eustace,
the best YouTube rapper hook of all time,
slams the door, and that mummy did not waste time. He immediately starts flooding their home, from the basement to the first floor to the attic. Look at Eustace, had enough time to grab a freaking snorkel.
And then he's smurfing, and he got a little smirk on his face too,
before he even thought about helping his wife. Courage thankfully swims to the basement and pulls out the plug, but it wasn't over. That was only the beginning. The next plague was ear screeching music. And this one may not have sounded like a big deal to me when I was a kid, because all early 2000s music was great. But in 2025, this would be horrible. Imagine Cardi B blasting out like 210 decibels. Oh my goodness, that'd be torture. Courage eventually finds a solution to that plague too, but Eustace still didn't want to give up the dang slab. With Eustace still not complying came the 3rd plague. And King Ramsey aside, this is the scariest part of this episode. The 3rd plague was a swarm of bugs. I know some of y'all right now are like,
the mummy, that thing, the mummy that come, you know, the mummy, the movie Mummy, that the buzz, bro, that's instant.
oh seriously? Bugs are scary? Yes, they are. Have y'all seen how a swarm of bugs looks? Look. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be locusts too, so this is like biblical. The bugs, just like they did earlier to those 2 cats, RIP, ravaged through everything. And Eustace, with no other choice, says maybe it's time to let go of the slab. So Courage takes it and tosses it, and it stops. Everything's okay. It's looking like a happy ending. But Eustace had to go and mess it up. Since all the plagues were over, he tells the mummy he don't got any more tricks left in his bag. So technically, the slab is his, which sounds smart, but then you remember, he can just run it back. The episode ends with Courage and Muriel chilling in the broken crib, and Eustace now trapped in the same slab that he was feeding for. I think there's a metaphor here, but I don't really feel like it. That was pretty much all the Courage episodes I found really scary, at least as a kid. As an adult, the scariest ones are definitely the Butcher Pig one and the Perfection one. Ugh, made my skin crawl. Comment down below.
Wow, the chicken one was the scary one for me when I was a kid, bro. But those right, those two I can get down with.
The ones you guys found the scariest. And before you go, I'm also thinking about doing a confessions video. I've seen some people I enjoy watching do the same with their community, so I thought it'd be fun to do it with you guys. So I'm gonna leave a little Google form to fill out in the comments and on my IG. Go for it.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying, bro. The scary one for me was the chicken, bro. I'm just being 100, bro. The little chicken from outer space, the eyes and everything. Woo. Okay, we ain't talking about that, but they used to have me. But you already know. Think about the description. Now the good stuff, man. They go.